I recently bought my dream camera. It's the Sony FX3, sitting right there. It's a full-frame cinema camera, beautiful. On the same day, I also bought the DJI Osmo Pocket 3. And the reason I bought both of these cameras, and also the reason why I was more excited about the Osmo than I was about getting the camera that I've wanted for many, many years, is convenience. So this video is just about the price of convenience. In a world where you can shoot something on a smartphone and it look really good, why we still buy really good, expensive cinema cameras, and also why sometimes a little mini camera that just fits in a little travel bag is actually better. And if you're wondering why I'm sitting in an office building at night, stick around to the end of the video and I'll tell you. I did it, Netflix approved, baby! Went to the Sony shop, spent a lot of money, bought the FX3, baby. I've needed a second camera body for a long time, and it was time. So here it is. Excuse the messy room. I have not had time to clean up because I've been playing with camera gear. That's the FX30, picked up the FX3. I was like 50-50 on whether to get just another one of these or one of these, but I decided if there's any point where I'm gonna upgrade, it would be right now. So I might as well upgrade to full frame. Very, very exciting. I've turned it on. I swapped the cage over, done all my presets and like set my custom buttons. I haven't filmed anything with it yet. Also, picked up one of these because I've seen stuff of people making videos with them, and I was just unbelievably impressed with what it can do for the price. So I got one of these, I got a card for it, and then as I was unpacking this, another package arrived in my thing. You're gonna pay for your crimes, little one. What are you?
What are you?
Yes, I got another one of these. So I currently am using one of these on here to adapt from Arca Swiss, which is built into the bottom of the cage. And then I mounted that onto this tripod quick release plate, which means when I arrive at a film shoot and if I'm shooting on a tripod, all I have to do, because the bottom of this cage is an Arca Swiss mount, all I have to do is slide this thing on, which is pre-attached to my tripod thing, slide this on, lock it in place, and then put that onto the truck, which is hard with one hand. The camera is on the tripod and ready to go, and I never have to deal with any of those little thread things. Because I put the cage on the FX3, I put the Arca Swiss plate that came with it onto this one so that I can do the same thing, but I needed another adapter plate. And I ordered it yesterday and it came next day. That is unheard of for Australia. If you know anything about Australian shipping, pretty much like it just doesn't happen. We got lots of gear to play with in the next couple days. Lots of gear. I remember very vividly being 17, roughly, and watching videos of people using the A7S. And I would look over to my little Canon 700D, and it was my dream to one day own a full-frame Sony camera. It was just something about that camera specifically just captured my imagination. And then fast forward to many years later, I was doing camera operating on a job, and they had hired an FX3, and I fell in love with it. I used it for 3 nights on a film shoot. I loved the form factor. I loved how it could just see in the dark. It was beautiful. And then after that, I found out that it was the primary camera used to shoot The Creator, which is a real movie, like a real movie. And it just cemented in my mind that one day I wanted to own this camera. Now, even though it meant spending even more money in one day, the reason why I did this all at once is because the last thing I want is to have a brand new camera body that's like really fun to play with, but I can't like mount my second camera because I've moved all my stuff over to the FX3. And I'm a strong believer, and if this makes it into a video, maybe this can be the theme, is like, I'm a strong believer in the price of convenience. Like, making sure you buy all these extra little things so that you can streamline your workflow when it comes to doing things like this. I know I haven't been making films forever, but I've been doing it for long enough that I really appreciate the convenience of just having something like that exist. Now, what am I doing? I have a longer base plate coming as well, because I really like being able to set a camera down and just have it sit there level. But now that I've mounted a lens to it, you can see it's like falling forward onto the lens hood. I don't like that. I want to be able to, if I'm shooting handheld, I want to be able to put it down and have a nice solid base where I know it's not going to fall over or damage anything. And then it also means that I can slide it straight into a tripod. And it's all these extra little things that cost not that much more money. It's really just time and like thought that goes into it. When you're using your camera gear, you want it to be easy. Like you want it to be an easy, enjoyable experience. Hold on. And this is one of the biggest reasons why I decided to get the FX3 and why I wanted to get a second camera is 70% of what I shoot is a one camera setup. But for those few jobs where I need a second camera body, if it's like mostly shooting concerts, I was just kind of fed up with having to borrow gear from other people to do that and to achieve those things. Borrowing other people's gear is great, and I'm very lucky and blessed that I have a big enough network of filmmakers and people that I work with that have gear that I can borrow. There's just nothing like having your own gear to shoot with. Like I was shooting and this was the thing that actually made me decide to buy the new camera, is I was shooting a concert the other day, or as a musical. I just spent so much extra time in the setup dealing with the menus of other people's camera gear and like trying to remember where all the things were. And the other cameras I was shooting on were Sony's, but they had different menu systems, and so I was just like, I want to turn on focus peaking. How do I do that? I don't know where it is in the menu. I'm going to spend 10 minutes of my setup time searching for the focus peaking button, when if I was using my own gear, I would just push the button and turn it on because I know where it is. That is worth the price a lot of the time, because it's just going to make your setup faster and more efficient, and you're going to get better work for your clients because you're using gear that you understand, that you know how to use. You're less likely to miss things or forget things because you're stressing about trying to deal with problems that aren't really problems, they're just a lack of familiarity with camera menus and systems and stuff. So now both cameras have quick release plates on the bottom that I can store in the camera cases. Very nice. So now all I need is a second tripod, because I currently only have one heavy duty tripod. I did order one, but it's gonna take a couple of weeks to be here. So I'm actually doing a shoot on the weekend, which is partly the other reason why I jumped and bought the new camera body now, because it means that I can use it on the shoot. However, I don't have a tripod, so I'm still gonna have to borrow a tripod. Even though I have a camera, I just don't have a tripod to put it on. Well, I do, but it's short and bad. So, yes. I'm gonna go make lunch, then I'm gonna open this thing. I swear I'm more excited about this. I love the FX3, don't get me wrong, but I'm seeing that more as a tool for my work, which is the only way that I was able to justify the $6,000 cost, which is a lot of money, but it's a lot of money that is tax deductible that I'm spending on my business to solve a problem that I've had in the past, which is that I need a second camera body, and I have the ability now to shoot in low light and do all that crazy stuff. Oh. Every time I buy a DJI product, I'm always amazed at the stickers, but they just keep getting better. Like, look at this one. It says bring the memory card. That looks so cool. I just took my phone out of its case for this. You're welcome. My phone is now officially DJI compatible. And I also put these two on my laptop. I got a little bit carried away. Put one of these on my Shinobi now as well. That looks pretty cool. I literally haven't even, it's still in the packet. I've just been playing around with stickers this whole time. Okay, look, this is not a DJI ad, but just look at that. That's so neat. This is why I love DJI, because I feel like they have the same desire for neatness and clean, ease of use setups and efficiency of space that I do. And I like that. They are very much the Apple of the filmmaking world, and I'm all here for it. Okay, this is the smartest thing I have ever seen. This is one of the Mark II transmitters, and the little dead cat, dead mouse thing, the way that this one clips on for the Mark II, little silicone piece here, which fits into the headphone jack, because of course you wouldn't need to use the headphone jack if you're using this mic on its own. And so this just securely mounts in there. That has got to be one of the cleverest design solutions I've seen. And it's see-through. I'm currently just recording on, what is that, 1080p, 24 frames a second. That should be 25 frames a second. I'll fix that in a minute. This is just the internal microphone, internal picture profile, automatic camera settings, and all the things. How does it look? How does it sound? If I do this, we can see around. Let's go find a cat. Nom, 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 nom. It's pretty cool because it seems to also have full manual settings if you want to do that, which is awesome. Like right now, I think it's like 100 shutter speed, which is, you know, it'd be nice if I could set that, but you can just set it as like a full-on manual exposure. The screen's small, but it's like big enough that I can see what's going on. So now I've connected the DJI transmitter. See how it sounds. Still recording in D-Log M. Let me see if I can compose a little shot here. I mean, overall first impressions, I feel like this is going to be a great vlog camera. Very excited to see what the image quality is. I love that there's manual camera controls. That's just fantastic, because that really takes this from being just a point and shoot whatever camera. I would love to go and shoot a bunch of stuff now with my new camera and use this for a bunch of B-roll. However, I need to work for money. Let me just... That's probably better microphone placement, I would imagine. Of course, this mic also has a 3.5mm input jack, so you can use any lavalier microphone. I could tape one under my shirt, you wouldn't even see it, have this in my pocket. Fantastic. You can also record directly on this as well. I'm very keen to test this out in comparison with the FX3, FX30, and the Ronin gimbal, because I feel like for what I do, which is a lot of dance filmmaking, I feel like this could be pretty revolutionary for people. I mean, this whole kit, including the battery grip and the microphone and all the things, was like $1,000, which is really cheap in comparison to the FX3, FX30, all of the things that go with it. I feel like that could be really quite cool for people wanting to do dance filmmaking because it has a gimbal. It's super smooth by the look of it. It would be pretty cool to be able to film an entire dance concept video on something as tiny and as cheap as this. That'd be pretty insane. Australia Post struck once again, and I have yet another package, which I believe is my V-Lock. I was working on trying to get this video done this morning, and it took me all morning to find a song for this like short film segment. And I finally found one that I like. And it's really good. Searching for music is just so much work. It's so much work. And it's so hard and it's so important, especially for dance films, because it's gotta be good. Anyway. Small Rig really out here trying to compete with DJI, am I right? Thanks, Small Rig. I say that like they sent this to me. They really didn't. Ooh, there's the boy and a user manual. Oh, wow. Cool, it's lighter than I thought. Ooh, yeah, we're gonna have a rig, boys. What is up, my fellow kids? It's rig time. I don't have a whole lot of time to play with this, but I want to at least throw this battery on the rig and just get a feel for what it's going to look like and feel like. Camera body, Sigma 24-70 lens, top handle, side handle, battery, Shinobi, that is a bit dirty because I used it on a shoot yesterday, HDMI cable, tripod plate, that's important, and there was something else. What was it? Also, random USB-C cable, because I did order one. I ordered a Condor Blue one to match the HDMI cable, so they're both the same color, because I like that kind of thing, but it hasn't come yet. Can't actually do this up because it has the little safety screw things, so I've once again come to raid your Allen keys. Okay. That's not an Allen key. Nope. My ability to get distracted from this editing project is really quite remarkable. 1.5? No way, did I guess that right first time? What can I say? I'm an intellectual. Pretty much all of this stuff is Small Rig. Not because I think they're a great deal better than other manufacturers for this kind of thing. It's very convenient because they have lots of things available and their products all kind of work with each other, which is very handy. I normally power this with a battery. I believe I have a dummy battery. Yeah, so the Shinobi does come with a power adapter, but it just has an AC plug on it. So I will have to get a dummy battery to probably D-tap, I guess, or maybe USB. That's something that I can purchase later on. But honestly, the battery on the Shinobi has generally lasted me for a very long time. Like, I've never had one run flat on a shoot yet, so. Obviously, adding a big NPF battery on the front is going to make everything heavier, but that's kind of the point of rigging a camera out, is you actually want it to be as heavy as possible, within reason, with these really small, light cinema camera bodies. Because the heavier it is, the more stable any of your handheld shooting is going to be. Who's calling me? Hello? Well, it's the thing of like, okay, I have a new camera. I need to get all of the things to make it the most usable that it will be, you know? Get the most useful.
Big ones that you mount on the side.
Yeah, I'm just mounting it now. It's very fun.
Do you have a cage, like a cage for it already?
I do, yeah. I had a cage for the FX30. I've just taken that off and I put it on the FX3 because they're the same body. Yeah.
Oh, like what's like the main difference between like what did you just get a second one? Like are they comparable or is it like?
They're more or less the same camera, but the FX3 has full frame sensor. I did a low light test the other day and it's like night and day. Like I thought the FX30 was good in low light, but the FX3 could just see in the dark. It's amazing. Yeah, it's so clean. So this is a relatively realistic low light scene. It's the FX30 at its upper base ISO of 2500. And it's reasonably clean, but it's just too dark. So if I bring up the highlights to get closer to what I would want the shot to be exposed, you can see there's a lot of noise, especially on my face and in those darker areas. And then this is the FX30 at 12,800, which is not the base ISO, but it is the same ISO as the FX3's base. And the log image looks pretty noisy, but actually once I grade it, this is totally usable. Definitely goes to show that overexposing footage in dark environments definitely leads to a better graded image, even if you're above your camera's base ISO. However, when we switch to the FX3 at 12,800, which is the upper base, it's no contest. This image is just totally clean. It's clean all the way through. It looks unbelievable. Even in the log image you can see in the shadows, there's basically no grain. Like, pretty much. It's just clean. It's unbelievable. And then this is the FX3 cranked all the way to 80,000 ISO. Way too bright. You can see even that after grading is totally clean in the shadows. My face there is definitely blown out and overexposed, so this is way brighter than you should shoot this scene. But even cranking the ISO all the way up yields a very, very usable image, even if that's not how you should use the camera. Just for fun, this is my old Canon camera at 6400. This image, especially once it's graded, was actually a lot more usable than I thought. You can see those areas on my face are totally blown out, so if I was shooting this, I would probably drop it down to maybe 3200 or 1600. And then moving on to the second test, this is very, very dark. This is way darker than you should ever shoot anything. FX30 at 2500 ISO, already pretty noisy, and pushing the highlights up in post, you can see this is pretty much unusable. FX30 at 12,800, this looks pretty grainy in the log image, but with the grade, it definitely looks usable. FX3 at the base ISO 12,800, and I don't know what was happening to my shot composition, but it looks awesome. It looks super clean. I can't overstate. You should never shoot something this dark. And then way over the top, pushing the FX3 all the way to 102,400 ISO, with a bit of grade, yeah, looks totally clean. No camera should be able to see this well. It's unbelievable. Again, bit of film grain on there, you'd never know. Overall, very, very impressed. I did not expect such a big difference in how clean the image is. Definitely still need to be lighting your shots and thinking about where the shadows are and where the highlights are. But in terms of how dark the overall brightness of the composition can be, yeah, this camera's amazing. All fits together really well. This USB-C cable is very annoying, but I have another one coming. Screen just fits on the side there. It's really nice and balanced. You can carry it pretty handy. You've got the handle here, got the other side handle over here, which is currently broken, but when I get it replaced, it will be able to rotate as well. Got the monitor on the front. It's nice and low and out of the way, which I really like. It feels like, you know, documentary or music video shooting rig, which is really fun. And then the best part about the FX3 is if I need to have a really small setup just on a gimbal, then you just take all the stuff off and the camera becomes nice and small and light and no problems. The other added benefit is there's a nice flat surface that you can kind of push against your chest to try and stabilize pretty nicely. I also want to get like a camera strap with release levers and stuff so you can kind of hang it off your neck, which would be handy if I'm doing long shoots. I was just carrying it around and it definitely is heavier. My arms are also dead because I just went to the gym, so that doesn't help. And then yeah, once I get a dummy battery here, then this will also not be in the way, which means that this could sit down all the way flat if it needs to. I'll just have one more cable coming through. Really happy. Very, very happy, very excited to make more films. Nice. Well, that was all very well and good and fun playing with that, and I get to look at that on my desk for the next few hours, but I still have a video to edit that's not done. So, yeah, you know what? That is exactly how I feel about the fact that this video isn't done. It's the eternal struggle of filmmaking. You can't do it without editing. Editing is where everything comes together, but editing is the boring part. So it's been a couple weeks. I've used both these cameras quite a bit. I used the FX3 to shoot a concert, and I also used it fully rigged out to shoot a gym video. I had a friend who has designed his own piece of gym equipment, and I used this camera. I felt very cool, fully rigged out with the V-lock and everything. But overwhelmingly, the Osmo has had so much more use. I've used it to shoot like 2 or 3 videos for this channel so far. I made a little mini dance video with it yesterday. I've lent it out for professional shoots twice already. This thing has had so much use, and the FX3 will get use, you know, moving forward. Just having something this small that you can throw in a bag or that you can hand to someone to shoot B-roll with. Every single person I've shown this camera to, lent to, had them operate it, everyone has fallen in love with it, and like 3 of my friends already want to buy one.
Hi guys.
It's good, right? Hi guys.
Welcome to the future. Man, that's awesome.
It's so cool. Put my faith in the DJI Osmo Pocket 3. This whole video is just sponsored by DJI.
Give me the DJI. We can go now, we've got the DJI.
Please, pass me the DJI Osmo Pocket 3 Creator Bundle. So I guess the final message of this video is if you're a working professional and you are needing to upgrade to a second camera body, whatever you choose to do, make sure you buy all of the extra bits that you need to make it actually work. Since getting the FX3, I've already realized I probably need to get a second cage for the FX30 because I had to swap things over from it the other day because I was using this camera for a shoot, but this one had all the accessories with it. So make sure you do that. Make sure you buy a camera that is going to be convenient. And if you're doing something more like this, you're making YouTube videos, or you want to just film little projects, maybe you're a dancer and you want to film some dance videos or class videos or anything like that, man, I could not recommend the Osmo 3 more, purely for convenience. And it is genuinely more convenient than shooting on my phone because I edit on a PC, so to shoot behind the scenes like vlog footage on my phone, I then have to try and upload it to Google Drive and then download it again on my... It's so much easier and simpler to just pull the SD card out, put it in the computer, back up the footage. Not to mention, I'm not filling up my phone storage with vlog footage, which is awesome. And if I hand a camera to someone, I don't have to hand them my phone that I then might need. I guess what I'm trying to say is convenience is really important, and removing the friction to create, whether you're doing it for your personal projects or whether it's creating things for clients, I think is really important, and it's worth investing in, both investing money into buying things that are going to be easy to use, but also investing time into researching what is it that you actually need that's going to be the best tool for the job, that's going to remove those friction layers and make it easy for you to do your job. Thank you for watching this video. I should probably explain. I'm in an office building because I'm caretaking this business for the owner at the moment. She's on holiday and I'm also house sitting for them as well. So it's been really cool. It's been amazing working out of an office with other creative people. And while I'm up here, I have shot a bunch of stuff, both work stuff, but also a bunch of videos for this channel. So there will be new videos coming out soon, which is very exciting. But because I've been shooting so many things and also looking after this business and also running my own business away from home, I've been very busy, so I haven't had a whole lot of editing time. So this video is a little bit less effort, but there are more things coming soon. Anyway, my dinner's here, so I'm gonna go eat that. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.